Arthur is out of Florida. Arthur, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. How you doing, man?
All is well. How you doing?
Never been better.
All right.
I'm calling to tell you about my story. When I was 16, 17 years old, my father brought me from Brazil to the United States of America because he was already living here for a year. And he had already found a lawyer. He was going through the process of getting the documents and everything. So when my mother and I moved to the United States, then he found out that the lawyer cheated him out of his money.
Yeah.
He couldn't apply for the papers anymore because the lawyer didn't do anything. And the time window for us to do that was already gone. We already had sold everything we had in Brazil. We had nothing there. My father had a restaurant over there. He already sold it. We paid all our bills and everything that we had over there. We ended up like with $6,000. That's all we had. And then we come here and we find out we're going to be illegal. So there's a ton of people that, kids like me who came to the United States with dreams because their parents had plans, and probably my dad messed up somewhere. That's why that happened. That's the story he tells me, though, but he already passed away. So how do you feel about these kids who come to the United States thinking that they're going to be legal, and then they end up not being legal, and then they grow up here, they learn more English than their own language, they become more American than what they were, they never done any crime, they go to high school, and still they're illegal. What do you think should be done about these kids?
I think that they should be sent back to their country, wherever they came from, and let them reapply as adults to see if they can come through in the right way, because it's their parents' fault that they have to suffer like that. So it's unfortunate. Just like in regular life, normal life, kids, adult men and women, boys and girls are suffering because of the parents, right? And so those illegal aliens, children who have grown up and gone through the public schools or whatever they did, they still need to be shipped back to their country and then try to come in the right way.
All right. So that's exactly what happened to me. I came in and we lost the opportunity to become legal. I was illegal in the United States for 11. Well, I still am. I got to tell you the truth.
You're illegal now?
Yes.
What's your address?
Don't do it. I'm a good guy.
No, I'm messing with you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust you. Anyway, so here's my story, though. I met my wife, and she's Cuban. And she came in. Her story is actually 10 times more amazing than mine. It's about, socialist Cuba, what kind of hell that place is.
Right.
Maybe we'll get her to call you and tell you the story.
Okay. All right.
So I married her, but she's not a citizen. She's a permanent resident. So the process takes longer. So I do have my application paid and sent, and I have a application number, but they haven't approved it yet because they probably have to go all the other people who married citizens because they're more important.
Right.
Right now, I drive without a driver's license. I work without work permit. Most of the time, I'm a painter, so I paint my own houses. Like I get people, and a lot of people will gladly pay you less because you don't have your company than pay somebody twice as much because they have a company. They're legally in the United States,
Right.
and I feel horrible because of that. Because I know what I'm doing is not right, but now I'm married, and I can't go back to Brazil and. Hell, I'm not going to Cuba to go live with my wife.
Why can't you go back to Brazil?
Because my wife won't come with me.
Well, then send her back to Cuba.
I thought
then.
about it. No, she hates it because it's hell over there.
I know, but you can't let your wife make you do wrong. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Every time you listen to your wife, you're going to suffer. And because you stand here just to be with her, your situation is going to end up worse. You should do right because the right thing to do, not to hold on to her.
I know, but the problem here is that the main reason why I'm still here is because now I have my application. So I have to wait in the United States in order for my application to go through. If I go back to Brazil, they cancel the application.
I know,
so but how complicated?
Right, but if you went back, you would be doing the right thing. So you don't run the risk of ending up in jail or being caught at a time when you don't want to be caught or any of that stuff. Yeah. And so it's up to you, Arthur, but I would recommend you do the right thing, man.
And the right thing
because
would be me going back to Brazil, right?
eventually you're going to get caught, and it's going to be at a time where you now have children, or you have a great job, or your life is working. Then you get caught, and you have a big setback. Whereas if you do the right thing now and then come back in the right way, if they let you, then you'll be fine. I don't know why you want to live in fear like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. The reason why is that
That
you don't
woman is
make
not
no-
important enough to do wrong, man.
What is it?
She's not important enough for you to stay
Oh
here
no,
and do
she
it.
isn't. But I was doing wrong before I met her.
Right.
You know,
But that don't mean you continue to do wrong.
No, I shouldn't. But my point here is that life here in the United States as illegal is better than a life in Brazil as legal by the most part, because it's safer, cleaner, everything is easier. You know.
Yeah.
So this is the greatest country in the world.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I wouldn't live anywhere else legally compared to the United States if I could live here legal, maybe.
I
don't
totally
know.
understand it.
Yeah. So I don't want to. If I go to Brazil, she might not come with me.
Fine.
I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fine with that. I just fear for her.
Don't fear for her. Apparently, she's not fearing for herself.
Yeah, well,
Why are you
So-
fearing for someone who's not fearing for themselves?
because I love her.
No, you don't. If you love her, you do the right thing.
You think I'm doing bad for her by staying here in the United States? Even though I got to just wait.
You're doing
I
bad
gotta
for
wait.
you. That's for sure, Sal.
But I just got to wait, you know. I just got to wait. I don't know how long. It might take a few more months or maybe a year, but I'll eventually get it.
How do you know?
Because the application went through, I have absolutely no compromise with the police. I never got arrested. I was never suspected of a crime. She also is completely clean. We paid everything. She has a job. She pays her taxes. She has a job that pays.
What would
enough to
happen if you got caught right now?
driving.
What would,
Like, let's
let's
say
say
the-
you're driving down the road and the cop just stopped you for a tail light or something, and they find out all this information. What would happen to
Okay.
you?
I'm not sure. Normally, I live here in Florida, so normally what happens is that if you get caught driving without a driver's license, you get a court date. And then you go to court, and then they give you a fine until you cannot drive the car anymore,
Right.
or any car
But
whatsoever.
in your case, would they take you and the car?
I mean, in the worst case scenario, yeah, I would assume so. I mean, the police officer wanted to.
And so, how about with this woman you with? Would they take her too?
No, nothing would happen to her.
And so, are you living in fear right now?
Not as much as I used to, but I don't live in fear because whatever has to happen will happen, you know? So I was never in fear because if I was, I wouldn't be here for 12 years. I wouldn't do that to myself. I wouldn't be here for 12 days.
But how long you been married to her?
We met June of last year, and we got married November of the same year. So it's going to be almost a year next month. 2 months from now.
But now we finally have a president who's putting the country first, and he's dealing
Yes.
with this stuff in the right way. And so I know Hispanic guys who are here illegally, and they're living in fear. And I'm telling them, why don't you go back and do it the right way? But the ego won't let them do that. And so because we are, and I understand we are the greatest country, but we got to make people do it the right way. Otherwise, we'll be the worst country.
Yeah, but now I'm married, so I did the right thing. You know, I did the application, and
But you
now
got married. Did you marry her so that you could stay here or something?
No, I married her because I wanted a family,
But
and because of that too. I wouldn't marry a woman who's illegal in the United States. I would just be, making my problem worse. So I married her because she could give me documents, and because she was woman enough to be my wife.
so which is more important, the wife or the documents?
My wife, yeah.
Oh yeah. And she is
Because I don't think I'm gonna.
is she
I don't think I'm gonna
unwilling?
be able to find another one.
Is
What is
she
it?
is she unwilling to go with you back to Brazil?
Well, I mean, it's a process because I had to show her because she has her mom in Cuba, right? And Cuba's like hellhole. So she wants to bring her mom, get her mom out of Cuba. And I told her, listen, we can go to Brazil and we can bring your mom to Brazil. Brazil's not nearly as good as the United States, but it's still pretty good. It's better than Cuba.
Right.
And, she's all right with it. And she's also educated because that's the way she got out of Cuba. She's a dentist.
You should never marry an educated woman. She's not going to be a good
I know,
wife.
but it's too late now, Jesse. What do? I divorce her? Oh, I'm sorry, too educated. I didn't know that in the beginning.
Yeah, like,
what the hell am I going to do?
I totally understand your dilemma, Arthur. I really understand it, man. And that's what happens when we're in a fallen state. It's hard to do the right. We don't do the right thing in that fallen state, and then things only get worse. And so, do you have a question for me about this?
So you think? Well, I mean, you kind of already answered. You think that the best thing right now is to come back. Is for me to go back to Brazil, take my wife with me, work, and then try to come in the right way, which is probably impossible at this moment because they.
But you don't know that you don't know that it's impossible. If you love God with all your heart, soul, and might, nothing.
Yes, I do. I love God and what is right.
So nothing is impossible.
Yeah. I'm gonna have. You see, if I didn't have applied for the documentation, I would be like, you know what, screw it, I'll go back because. Before I met my wife, I had a plan to going back to Brazil. I said, I'm tired of this. But now I met her, So it's kind of weird.
Well, why do men let women encourage them to do the wrong thing, though? That's not, your wife is never going to respect you knowing that you allow her to cause you to do the wrong thing. How can she look up to a man that she can influence to do the wrong thing? That's what Adam did with Eve. He listened to Eve, and Eve caused him to do the wrong thing. And look what hell came into the earth.
Yeah. I know. I want to tell you now, I want to wait, but it doesn't feel right, I feel like I should go back. Like my hands right now, I'm sweating cold. Just talking about it.
Yeah. Because in your heart, you know you should do the right thing, Arthur. And you are making a horrible mistake by allowing a woman if what you're saying is true, by allowing a woman to influence you to do wrong. It's not going to turn out well. Because even if let's say that if you decide to stay because of this woman, right, and you happen to they give you permission to stay in this country, you're going to catch hell from her.
It's not just because of her, because if I get my documents, life is going to change. I'm probably going to open my own business. I'm going to be doing painting on my own.
Right.
I'm going to get a lot more work. I'm going to be able to hire people. That's what I plan on doing, just working with my hands and getting it done. I'm not here specific. It's just that, I met her, and she had her plans before she met me. She wanted to go back to school, which she did. I helped her. I pay all the bills. And she's going to school now so she can improve her English. She can be a dentist here in the United States. And she had all these plans before she met me. And I told her, listen, marry me. Let's apply for documentation. I'm going to get my documents. I'm going to get you to school so you can be a dentist like you wanted to, all right? And now I have to tell her, hey, listen, all the stuff that I told you, none of that is valid anymore. Now I have to go to Brazil, and you can come with me if you want, or you can stay here, and good luck.
Sounds good to me.
So that's true. It does sound good to me, too.
And so it just sounds like you guys have an agreement. It's not like you met her, you fell in love with her, and it was a gift from God, and you married her. It just sounds like it was done like a business deal.
Doesn't it, right?
Yeah.
But isn't it business like a man needs to take care of a woman? So I just told her, I'll do what's right. I'll marry you, and I'll take care of you. That's what I said.
But what you should have said, okay, let's do a business deal. You marry me, and I'll stay. I'll be able to stay, and then I'll reward you by paying for your education. Why are you pretending it's a husband and a wife deal?
So how do I know I love my wife?
Because if you loved her, you would do the right thing so she can respect you for that. But because you're doing wrong, she's never going to respect you.
She's crazy for me, man. Sometimes I feel like if I tell her that kind of stuff, she's gonna go. She's not. she's crazy for me. She seems to love me a lot, or maybe she just wants to control me using that love.
Does she love you enough to follow you to Brazil?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
If you really want to know if she loves you and you decide to do the right thing and she follow you to Brazil, then maybe she does love you.
I think she will follow me. That's the worst thing, man. That's the worst part, is that I don't want her to, because this is the greatest country in the
So
world.
what now? You don't want her to follow you to Brazil?
Because it's not nearly as good as the United States of America, man. She has a lot of more opportunities over here than she's going to have there. She doesn't even speak Portuguese.
She has speak up. You said she has a lot of what?
She has a lot of opportunities here in the United States.
Right.
She's not going to have them over there.
Well, let me just tell you, you know what? You're in the situation. You know right from wrong. It's really up to you to do right or do wrong. I don't want to tell you because I'm not living with you. I don't know the whole deal.
Yeah.
And but you need to know what's right and do the right thing yourself.
It's just that, waiting, to me, it feels like pain. It's really painful.
I bet.
It doesn't feel wrong.
Right.
And going to Brazil seems easy. It's just an air ticket. Like $2,000, I pay her and me, and there we go.
Right.
And I take another few $1,000s, which I don't have right now, but I will. And, I'll rent a place and get a job, and that's it. And live in hell, which is Brazil. I mean, it's not that bad, but, yeah, I'll just have to wait and see. And if they take me, then I'll go, I mean, I didn't want to be here illegally. If my dad had told me before I left Brazil, here's what is going to happen, I would have never left Brazil.
Right.
Never.
Right.
But I have absolutely nothing there. I have no family. My father already passed away. The only thing I really care about right now is forgiving my mother for what she did.
And where is she?
She's in Brazil right now, so she can't come in.
But you do have family. I thought you said you had no family back there.
My mother's not really like family too. I mean, she is, but she never treated me right when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
And I want her taking care of me now.
Right. I don't blame you. I'd rather stay in America and take the risk of going to prison before I go back to mama.
Yeah, you see my point here, and I do have family, just that they're not close family.
Yeah.
My only family was my father. He was the closest guy I ever been to,
Yeah. I understand, man. And what I always tell people, if you're not sure what to do, if you don't know what to do in the moment, do nothing, and then you will see what to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm living every day one after the other.
Yeah.
Because I cannot make a decision right now. There's so much more road for me to go,
Right.
If I have to suffer, I'll do it. I'll carry my wife. I'll carry everybody who I done wrong to.
Right.
But right now I got to only wait. I just wanted to share that with you because I don't know if there's a lot of people in the same situation as me that might be listening to your show.
Yes.
So, and there's a lot more. I mean, I could start from my father being born to me because I know the whole story, how complicated it has been since the beginning. But we don't have enough time for that. Maybe another day.
Well, Arthur, I really appreciate you calling me, man, and I wish you well. I really do. I can tell, man, that you're a good guy. You want what's right. You want to do right.
Yes.
So I understand you're in a dilemma right now, but so if you don't know exactly what to do, just wait, and you'll see what to do.
Thank you, and I hope one day I'm going to be an American citizen, and I'm going to go there to LA, so I'm just going to give you a good handshake and thank you for everything that you've been doing for all these people who are lost right now, and they need somebody like you to tell them just the truth, nothing but the truth.
I appreciate that, Arthur. Call me again, man.
I will. Thank you, man. Take care.
All right, buddy. Amazing story. Amazing, really. It's really amazing. It really is amazing. That's why we got to make America great again so we can do it right, and all this stuff would not be happening.